We know Lily Vanderwoodson was a lot like Serena when she was younger, and on the next episode of Gossip Girl, we'll get to see just how big these similarities are.
Serena gets in trouble and goes to jail, and Serena's mom, Lily, is kind of dealing with her daughter and figuring out how to, I don't know, manage her getting in and out of jail. And so it kind of flashes back and forth between the 80s storyline, which is what I'm in, the flashbacks, and then also Gossip Girl and Kelly Rutherford's character reflecting back on her childhood, which is where I come in.
This is what we'll learn about Lily's past.
My character, Lily, she is in boarding school, and she kind of feels trapped, and she wants to spend time with her father, who lives in LA. So she gets kicked out of boarding school, but she does it on purpose so she can live in LA with her father. But her father doesn't want her around, and she has a bad relationship with her mother. So she goes to try to find her sister, who's kind of caught up in this world that she's not accustomed to, in the Los Angeles punk rock kind of scene.
Plus, we'll get to meet Keith Vanderwoodson, as in Lily and Serena Vanderwoodson.
He is in the flashback episode, Keith Vanderwoodson. He kind of plays this very snobby rich kid who gets kind of all of us into a lot of trouble. He is only, introduced for a little bit, but he's, a huge part of the episode because he's kind of the reason that we get into a lot of the trouble that we get into.
While immersed in this 1980s world, we'll also get to hear a performance from No Doubt.
Yes, No Doubt plays kind of a cover, rock band in the 80s. They have a guest performance, and they were amazing. They play a band called Snowed Out, which is kind of a play on words of no doubt, obviously. But they were great. I got to meet Gwen Stefani, and she was fantastic. And it was really cool to see them kind of in their element and completely rock out. And they seemed like they were really excited to be there, which was really nice.
And of course, Brittany Snow will be sporting some of that memorable 1980s style.
It's really, really great because my character obviously comes from a very rich, wealthy upbringing, and so she kind of starts out very preppy, and she just left boarding school, so she's kind of, her wardrobe is very, riding boots and an Argyle vest and things like that, and a headband. And then because she goes to LA and she has to fit in with this kind of crowd that her sister is running with, she has to change over and make over her look.
Brittany told us how she ended up playing this character and how she prepared for it too.
Yes, I didn't have to audition for the role, which I'm very grateful for, and very honored that they would even think of me for the part. I don't really think I look much like Kelly Rutherford, but we're taking some, chances on that. But it was I love Gossip Girl, and so I was really excited when they thought that I would be right for the part. And the script was really great, so I'm just glad that they thought of me. I studied Kelly Rutherford's kind of a little bit, but I think for the most part, because I'm playing a 17-year-old and I think her character is maybe in her early 30s or something, I think that there was a lot of time that went on that she goes through a lot of ups and downs, and she goes through this very troubled life in the show if it gets picked up. Kind of the arc of her character is that she gets into a lot of trouble, and a lot of things happen that make her who she is, which is more closed off and uptight. And so I think what I thought for the character is to start her off very sweet and naive to this whole world, and because of what happens and being caught up in the punk rock underground scene, she becomes a little bit harder, and certain things happen to her that make her who she is on Gossip Girl. So I didn't really, I didn't want to play her exactly how she is on the show, because I'm sure a lot of stuff happens in 20 years.
Be sure to catch Gossip Girl's flashback episode. I'm Jessica Holmes with all the scoop from your CW source.